This is Radio Nepal. I'm Kaushal Gimire with the news, the headlines first. Embassy of Nepal in Israel confirms the death of 10 Nepali students in the attacks by Hamas terrorist group across southern Israel. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda says BRI implementation will advance with priority. And more than 1,000 people reported killed as fighting continues between Hamas fighters and Israeli forces. Now the news in detail. The Embassy of Nepal in Israel yesterday confirmed the tragic loss of 10 Nepali students in a series of terrorist attacks carried out by Hamas across Israel, with one student currently unaccounted for. The embassy is actively engaged in discussions with Israeli authorities to coordinate the handling of the deceased students' remains. At the same time, they are working in collaboration with Nepal's Foreign Affairs Ministry to facilitate the repatriation of the bodies. The victims of the attacks attributed to Hamas have been identified as Narayan Prasad Nupane, Ganesh Kumar Nepali, Ashish Chaudhary, Dipesh Raj Bista, Lokendra Singh Dhami, Anand Shaha, Rajesh Kumar Swarnakar, Rajan Pulara, Padma Thapa, and Pravesh Bhandari. In addition to this tragic loss, 6 Nepali nationals injured in the attacks are currently receiving treatment at various hospitals. Bipin Joshi from Bhimdatta Municipality, Ward No. 3 in Kanchanpur, is currently listed as missing. The Nepali embassy is working tirelessly to ensure the well-being of the injured and to facilitate the return of the deceased students to their homeland. This unfortunate incident marks a grievous loss, and efforts are underway to support the affected families during this difficult time. Meanwhile, Minister for Foreign Affairs N.P. South yesterday informed the parliament about the status of Nepalese in Israel. The Palestinian group Hamas had attacked the southern area of Israel at 6:30 a.m. Nepali Standard Time on Saturday. Meanwhile, Deputy Prime Minister and Home Minister Naran Kaji Shrestha has shown serious concern over the situation of Nepali citizens in Israel. The Deputy Prime Minister yesterday contacted Nepal's ambassador to Israel, Kanta Rizal, and ambassador of Israel to Nepal, Hanan Goder, and took information on the status of the Nepali nationals caught up in the war and their rescue efforts. Meanwhile, the Nepali Congress President, Shabadu Dewa, has urged the government to rescue and repatriate the Nepalese suffering in Israel in the wake of Hamas attack. President Dewa condemned the attacks by Hamas in different parts of Israel and added that his attention was drawn towards taking hostage of some Nepalese and injuring and killing others in the attack. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda yesterday said the implementation of the Belt and Road Initiative BRI project would move ahead with priority. At a seminar with the theme, A Decade of BRI, Trade, Investment and Connectivity, organized in Kathmandu on the occasion of the 10th anniversary of the BRI. Prime Minister Dahal said the project was not a list of wishes, but it was worthy of implementation. The Prime Minister said the government had a clear view on advancing development projects by selecting and implementing projects under the BRI. Prime Minister Dahal said the unprecedented development of China, an exemplary nation to the world and a good neighbor and friend of Nepal, was both a great learning opportunity for Nepal. Reiterating that Nepal was committed to the One China policy, Prime Minister Dahal made it clear that Nepali territories would not be allowed to be used for anti-Chinese activities. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda has directed the Armed Police Force, APF, to minutely study the matters concerning national security and its challenges and move ahead with timely security strategy. At a graduation ceremony of the APF's police inspector training at the APF Training Academy in Mata Tirtha of Kathmandu yesterday, Prime Minister Dahal drew the attention of the APF towards delivering public service and security within the remit of the prevailing laws and the Constitution of Nepal. The House of Representatives has approved the proposal seeking consideration over the School Education Bill 2080 Bikram Sammat. Yesterday's meeting of the lower house approved the proposal tabled by Education Minister Ashok Rai. Meanwhile, Education Minister Rai informed yesterday's meeting of the House of Representatives about the agreement reached with Nepal Teachers Association and the Relief Teachers Central Committee on the 22nd and 27th of September. The minister informed the House about the agreement in course of answering queries raised during a deliberation on the School Education Bill 2080 in the meeting. Minister Rai said the Ministry of Education had written to the Ministry of Home Affairs to maintain the order of precedence of teachers as per the agreement. The Commission for the Investigation of Abuse of Authority, CIA, has filed cases against 7 individuals, including the Madhya Province government's then Minister for Economic Affairs and Planning, Vijay Kumar Yadav, on corruption charge. The anti-corruption body has charged them of corruption in the snake breeding program of the Jhalanath Canal Health Sciences Academy. CIAA stated that through investigations it found that corruption was committed by the accused in the budget the province had made available with the objective of collecting, processing and producing snake venom, working together with the academy at Lalbandi of Sarlahi district. You're listening to Radio Nepal's 8 a.m. English News Bulletin. Now on to some international updates. Israeli security forces are carrying out operations to rescue hostages taken by Palestinian militants from Gaza and clear areas they seized on Saturday. The military said troops had secured 22 locations by Sunday morning but were still sweeping through another 8. The surprise attack by hundreds of gunmen from Hamas under the cover of intense rocket fire has reportedly killed at least 700 people in Israel. More than 400 people in Gaza have been killed in retaliatory Israeli strikes, and 400 Palestinian gunmen have been killed and dozens arrested during the fighting in Israel, according to the Israeli military. Saturday saw Israel's deadliest day of violence since the Yom Kippur War 50 years ago. Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu said on Saturday night that Israel was going into a long and difficult war. At least 14 people died and several others were injured when a fire broke out inside a firecracker store in India's southern state of Karnataka overnight through Saturday and Sunday. The fire occurred in the Attibele area of the state capital, Bengaluru. The injured were admitted to a local hospital. Police said most of the dead were employees of the store. Now a sports update. Host India defeated Australia by 6 wickets in yesterday's match of the ongoing ICC Men's ODI World Cup. Now the general weather forecast for the country for today, according to the Meteorological Forecasting Division. The weather will be partly to generally cloudy in Kosi Province, Madhya Province, Bagmati Province and Gandaki Province, and partly cloudy to mainly fair in the rest of the country. Light rain or thunder and lightning is likely to occur at a few places of Kosi Province, Madhya Province, Bagmati Province and Gandaki Province. With this, we have almost come to the end of this news bulletin. But before wrapping up, let's have a reminder of the headlines once again. Embassy of Nepal in Israel confirms the death of 10 Nepali students in the attack carried out by Hamas terrorist group across southern Israel. Prime Minister Pushpakamal Dahal Prachanda says BRI implementation will advance with priority. And more than 1,000 people reported killed as fighting continues between Hamas fighters and Israeli forces. Well, that's the end of the news bulletin for Radio Nepal for this hour. You can also listen to us online at our website www.onlineradionepal.gov.np. Our next bulletin in English will be at 2 in the afternoon. Keep listening to Radio Nepal and have a good day.